Usually, whenever it goes live, a bunch of them will pop up.
Are we live?
Hello and good night. Hey, is that some bitch still alive?
They claim
Whoops.
he's gonna make. They claim he's gonna make a miraculous recovery and come out of mental health in 2 weeks.
Oh, and he's going to run for president, I heard. He can't be no worse than the one we got. Oh, wait, wrong. Sorry, wrong show.
That's Thursday night.
Thursday.
This is Sunday night motivation.
That's Rumble.
Yeah, that's Rumble. If you want to come see the craziness, Tracy, what's up, brother? You were. I hope you did as well as we did Saturday. Saturday was a good day for yard sales.
They're back.
Yeah, I did great.
Ours are back. I'm telling you right now, there's so much stuff out there. One of the ones we stopped at was a business that was having a yard sale, getting rid of a lot of stuff because they were selling the business. They sold me a Canon laser printer for $10. They had it marked. They had it for $50. They had it marked down to $20, and I'm like, "Y'all want this big stuff gone? I'll give you $10 for that Canon printer." Okay. And an estate sale, third day, we were 2 hours into it. We walked in. I picked up a shipping scale. It's worth $60 or $70 on eBay. Half price. It was $7. Nobody had picked it up. $7.
Kind of like the one you have, similar.
This one's a Royal.
Oh, that's
a Royal
expensive.
EX310.
That's expensive.
Yeah, it's the one that's got the on the leash or whatever. And they can't say they didn't know the battery's still working. I hit the button, it came on. I'm like, all right. I don't need one, but I'll list it. Who's got TV playing?
I do.
Oh, it's
Why?
Because you can hear it.
it's loud.
Turn it down just a touch, babe. I'm in a hotel. What do you expect? I'm 6 feet from it.
Expect you to get one of those with separate rooms so Lori can have a nice couch while she watches TV.
I ain't rich like you. I've been stacking my cash for the opportunities that are out there.
Yeah, there's gonna, and it's gonna bleed over into all your sourcing and everything. Whether it's buying businesses or buying as they sell out. Because Harlan and I both, that business that was selling out, we both bought quite a bit of stuff there. Because at the end, they can't take it with them.
Yep. There is a lot that, listen, there's a lot of opportunities if you're looking right now, and there's going to be a lot more coming up.
Yeah.
If you know what you're doing, and if you've been stacking your cash, and I've been saying for a year, stack cash, because credit is drying up out there. And most people don't remember 2008, and that's the year I started, so I remember it very vividly.
Yeah. That's the year I started my penny stock trading.
Oh.
Day trading, I guess. Day trading penny stocks. There we go.
So today, the show is a flipper looks at 54. What are you happy with your life? That's the question that it's been run through. I've been talking about it for 6 months about changing things and changing what I do, and you have a different perspective when you reach mine and John's age. You look at things a little different, and it's your priorities change. You can still do what you do, but it's important to understand this third rock from the sun. You get one go around, and I personally believe you've been told a lie. I personally believe the work your entire life, and then in the last couple of years you can relax and go do whatever. Are you going to have the health to be there? So many people are not taking care of themselves. Physically. What? But you got to. I'm on keto too. I'm down to 209.
203.
My goal is 185. So probably mid-June.
203, and I put on a pair of 38s
Damn.
from a 52.
No, Pat. John did not give me a cake.
We can't eat cake.
That's correct. We can't eat cake. Oh,
Way too many carbs.
only thing I got out of John was it's some asshole's birthday today, and that's the truth right there. I kid you not. So if you're not happy where you are, and you're not happy with the direction you're going, what are you doing about it? That's the question I got for you. What are you doing? Everything is changeable. Everything out there, if you're not happy doing what you're doing, in 20 years, you're really going to be miserable unless you find the direction of your life that you want to go. And I can't tell you what that direction is. It has to be, it's something personal for each and every one of us. And the one thing I can tell you is if you continue to compare yourself to others and continue to, Gary Vee makes some huge points. Look in your neighborhood. People have houses, big houses they don't need. They drive brand new cars to impress. Who are you trying to impress? Live your life, and relationships, family, friends are the things that you will find very quickly are important. And if you've got true friends and true relationships, they don't care if you drive a Pinto. They, live in an apartment, drive a Pinto. They don't care. That it's the true person. And so that is, I just want you to think, because I'm on the, and they tell you midlife is where I'm at now. Midlife ain't where I'm at now.
You passed
Midlife's in the early 40s, folks. They tell you, oh, somebody in their mid 50s is having a midlife crisis, and yes, I just walked into my mid 50s. Thank you. In your early 40s, average expectancy is 79 years. That means 39 and a half years old, you hit midlife. Where do you find true happiness? It's not in possessions. It's not in, so this is a time of change. You're still young enough to do something about it. The one thing I tell you, it's not too late to prioritize your health. We've seen so many people that just don't take care of themselves. I've been one of them. I've been too heavy for a while. I'll come down. I'll go back. I'll come down. I'm done this time. You can stick a fork and I'm done.
I'm with you.
I am continuing. I passed the test Saturday. So here's the test Saturday. After we were at the yard sales, and Harlan and I were going to go to one more thrift store. His daughter calls and says she's down at Tailgaters. And so I'm like, man, by the time we drive all the way to my house to get your truck and back, they're going to be done. Let's just drive down there, eat, and grab lunch with them. So we did. You got to take the time to stop and spend. But they brought my wings with fries. My absolute biggest weakness is fries.
Yeah,
in this world is a French fry. Harlan said, "Oh, it's Saturday. You can have some fries." I'm on keto.
You had already cheated that week, right?
No, I haven't cheated.
No, you didn't? Okay.
I haven't. I've only had 2 cheat meals since January 2nd.
Okay.
So I grabbed. I ate a couple, and I'm like, these fries aren't that great. If I'm going to cheat, I'd rather have better fries. And then she brought out the salad and go, here, somebody was supposed to get a salad. And so I didn't eat another fry. I didn't eat the fries. So that was a big test for me too. How strong am I?
Not even one fry?
I ate like 4.
Okay.
I cheat. I mean, listen,
I
I'm
would
down.
have.
I'm down a lot of weight. I'm down 70, probably close to 80 pounds now. I did not weigh myself at the hike, so I don't know exactly how much I'm down. Um, it's I don't cheat. I just eat what I want now.
But you
But
also eat way smaller portions, and
and if I have a piece of cake, I eat 2 bites or 3 bites, and I hand it off to Lori, and Lori has 2 bites, and then we do. That's it. First of all, it's the sugar in it is so damn sweet now.
Yeah.
she
It,
posted she posted some pictures the other day. Man, the difference in her is absolutely amazing.
she's down 5 sizes, 4 sizes.
I went from a women's 18 to a women's 12.
She went from a women's 18 to a women's 12, and she put on a size 10 the other day. I know she bought a pair of shorts that were a 9-10. I'm on the end of the large, the beginning of the extra large. So all my clothes are real baggy on me right now.
Yeah.
Because a large is just a little tight, and an extra large is just real baggy on me.
Because the one thing you don't want to do is get in your 50s and have things sneak up on you. Take care of your blood pressure. Take care of your A1C. Know what these numbers are. It's much easier. The last time I lost this weight, it was because my A1C pushed 6. There's like 6 or 6.1, and that puts you as pre-diabetic. And I'm like, there's no way on this earth I'm gonna be diabetic. I'm done.
Yeah, fuck that.
So I've watched that number. I get a blood test every 6 months. They tell me good and bad and ugly. Most of the time it's been good, because even when I'm eating bad, I don't eat a ton of sweets. I'm not a person that eats. I eat a lot of starches. If I can cut out bread and French fries, anybody can do it. I'm telling you. Jacob made bagels this weekend. I didn't eat a one.
Here's the thing. It's not just your health. When you talk about fitness, it's in all aspects of your life. And this all started with a friend of mine that went in the hospital. We weighed the same, or about the same. We were about the same size waist. We were both big. And I got a gut feeling that he wasn't coming home. That's why I started with my health. But you got to do it with your finances, with your estate plan, with your business. Everybody asks me, how would I start over? The first thing I would still do is I wouldn't be targeting to be doing multi-million dollars in sales. I got employees I'm responsible for. There's a lot of stress involved in all that. There's a lot of money, financial risk. There's gambles. It was great when I was young, but not now. Not now. You got to think about what you need to enjoy life. And the one thing with people that do these financial plans for your retirement, they forget to tell you as you get older. And I just spent 2 days with my mother, who's 77. You move less. You want to travel less.
Yeah.
You spend a lot less. My mother's like, I got so much money in my checking account. I don't know where it's all from. Well, it's because you're not spending as much money on the nonsense to impress somebody. My mother really don't care if she's wearing sweatpants or a sweatshirt. She don't care. Because a lot of her friends are gone, and she still dresses up when she goes to church and all that, but she don't care. She just spends less.
So the one thing I would tell you at this point too is forgive yourself, let go of regrets. They do nothing but weigh you down. Everybody's got a past, let yours go. The worst thing you can do is have a mistake or have a regret, have something that you don't cut loose of, and it affects you today and tomorrow. Don't be held back. Don't let it be an anchor. Good and bad things happen to everyone. We're not. There are very few of us on this planet who everything wonderful. It's all wonderful. And you say, oh, but what about the people with all the money? it seems like the more money people have, they seem to be more miserable. It's so forgive yourself. Give it. That's also that kind of stress affects the health part too, and it affects your decision making. It affects who you are and the people that are around you, because if you should be cultivating meaningful, better relationships. But if you carry that negativity and stuff, it'll turn a lot of people off. And I go, I don't want to always be around somebody that's so freaking negative. Another thing that's positive this time is can you practice gratitude and be thankful for things you do. See the things you have versus the things you don't have. Understanding that you've already won the lottery. And most of the people who are listening are in the great USA, just by being born here, our absolute worst are in the top 1% of the world, and it's 100% the truth. I got a feeling we're going to find some hard times coming ahead soon, and we're gonna start to understand some struggles, unless we make some corrections, as a world, not just a country. There's a reason why they don't show you a lot of things on TV. They're not showing you France. They're not showing you Israel. They're not showing you these countries. There are other countries that are on fire right now because people have had enough. They want to be treated with respect and dignity. They want to be treated fair, no matter what walk of life you come from and what you do. It used to be back, as I was growing up and even earlier, an honest day's work. You could work at a regular job and afford a house and afford this, but it's been systematically taken away. 1971 forced both your parents to go to work, to pay taxes, which are, for the most part, the income tax in this country is illegal. It's unconstitutional.
It's a little more than that, though. It's the world's evolving, and I'm getting big into Chat GPT right now, and then everybody's hey, I was going to take over the world, blah blah blah. This is the second time in my life that an opportunity like this has come around. The first time was the internet. And I said it one day in my lifetime, I will make $1 million from this stupid white box. And back then they were white, big, bulky things that they would take up half a desk. You got this AI sitting here, and for those that are below the median income or whatever it is that are struggling, you need to find the opportunities that are out there with these programs. There are people that will hire you to do things that you never thought you were able to do with this stuff. It just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, and a little bit of turning the damn TV off and putting your head down and figuring something out. There's going to be so many opportunities. Everybody's talking about the negative, the $15 an hour minimum wage, this, that, loss of jobs, no employees. But nobody's looking at the opportunities. There are so many opportunities out there right now. And as this economy starts to turn for the worse, which I also agree is going to happen, Scott, you will see even more.
Yeah, I understand. Your gas prices are on their way up right now, whether you like it or not. Saudi Arabia announced they were going to cut 500,000 barrels a day for the rest of the year.
That's why we need everybody to drive electric cars by 2035 in California.
Correct. Correct.
This guy.
But that was this weekend or Friday when they said that. Sort of, nobody's picking up on it. Understand that whether you love or hate the Big Orange, this thing in New York is a smokescreen. They want everybody looking over there as the world falls. They don't want you looking at the Federal Reserve and their currency coming out this week. They don't want you paying attention that so many countries are not going to pay for oil in U.S. dollars, and the petrodollar is dying. They don't want you to see this stuff. They don't want you to see France and Israel. They don't want you to see that chances are the U.S. took out the Nord Stream pipeline, and it caused a lot of crap in Europe. They don't want you paying any attention to all the stuff that's going on, and they want you to see that Russia is not struggling like they said. We're going to put sanctions on Russia. Russia is thriving. Russia controls the fertilizer for the world, and they have cut production on purpose.
So what you're saying is Russia's full of shit?
I'm saying they're full of shit for telling you that our sanctions work on Russia. That's going to backfire mightily.
Amazon seller says AI robots that can do most manual labor jobs will likely be a reality in 5 to 10 years. Here's the problem that a lot of people don't think about. When the pandemic hit and everybody went, hey, I could sit at home and make more money than I do working a job. The people that run those companies and the owners, such as myself and my friends and my suppliers and my vendors, started looking at automation to replace employees. I have and know of companies that during the pandemic ordered machinery to come in that now replace 4, 5, 6, 8 employees with one machine. And it's going to happen more and more. And I don't think it's going to take 5 to 10 years for AI robots to do the work, the manual labor jobs.
It's not necessarily a bad thing either. I mean, I don't know why people fear automation. I mean, it's been happening for a long time.
Every time technology comes out, it creates a higher paying job to maintain that equipment. The problem is the people at the bottom of the food chain want to bitch and moan because they were promised the world by a certain political party on the left side of the spectrum, that everything would be free for them. All they had to do was vote for them. And they're finding out that's not true.
You don't say. But it's a time. The one thing that I've always known this, but you got a lot of the sweat and small details at this point. That just causes a lot of stress. You've got to learn to process. Find your joy. Steve and Steph, YouTubers, always tell you to enjoy your life, and that is, I can't tell you how true that is. Learn to enjoy your life. Embrace what you like. Surround yourself with people who think like you and enjoy the same things you do. Filter out the negative. You'll be amazed how much happier a person you are. Because does that mean bad things are not going to happen? Absolutely not. Bad things and negative things will still happen, but the way you deal with them will be so much better, so much easier.
You breathe that when you carry it around. I mean, you live every day negative, you're going to be miserable.
Correct.
And the only way to change that is to be positive.
And it's hard to protect your positive. I talk about protecting your positive mental outlook and attitude a lot, because that's why I just don't care about returns. You don't want it, return it. I'll deal with it. What difference does it make?
It's a minor.
I'll sell the next thing. It's something just beat a minute ago. I'll sell them that Blu-ray. No big deal. But you got to be happy in your own skin. Figure out what you want. You know, if y'all don't know, there was a time when John and I met, I was the bigger seller, and now he divorced me. We're both still happy. We both went where we wanted to go. Neither one is right or wrong. It's just which one we chose.
I am not happy with where I'm at. This is a very hard thing for me to wrap my head around and understand where I'm at. You're in a much better position than I am, Scott. At this point in life, I can't think about getting out of business because so many of my family depend on my business remaining this size or bigger to support them through their lifetime. So I can't say, well, I want to downsize so I can work less. I either have to grow bigger, which I'm doing, so that I can afford people to bring them in to run the company so that I don't have to work as hard. So you're in a better position in reality. If I talk about it a lot in my group, and
we also had different goals. I had been so beat down with restaurants that I wanted to enjoy the journey, the life, enjoy what I was doing. I wasn't as focused on building anything huge because I just wanted my time. So I have spent a lot of time, could I have worked harder and made more money and made better decisions? But I would not have enjoyed the journey as much as I've enjoyed it through it. And that's different.
Dan, Scott's been around a long time.
Oh, that's Pick Van Dyke. The chat terror that is Pick Van Dyke. But there's the sooner you learn that there's not a right or wrong, there's the where you are and your goals and your dreams and your aspirations. It's very freeing, not comparing yourself to what somebody else has. I can be extraordinarily happy for everyone around me. I hope they get exactly what they aim for and what they want in life. I just don't want the same things. And there's nothing wrong with either one. And a lot of people can't do that because they feel they're losing. And it takes some maturity and some real thought. Am I happy with where I am? No, that's why I am listening to podcasts, trying to improve me as a person and the way I process things and work it. I have switched to, instead of working on me, and as I work on me, the outcome comes out is the path I've taken, and instead of what I used to do, which I don't even know what I used to do.
What did you used to do?
Yeah.
Just kind of floated by in the breeze, I guess.
Oh, I thought that was living the life.
Thank you, Brian. For those that don't know, I moved back into the RV. I'm not in it right now, but I did move back into my RV. We put our house up for sale. We're going to travel for a while. Because we actually miss it. Although this trip sucks.
Too much wind?
Because I don't think people are.
The one thing I tell you about people who say they want to travel, most of them have never really traveled. I'm on the road for 2 weeks this time. I got to see my mom for a day and a half after 4 days of driving. She's 77. I don't know how much longer I got with her. We drove today, got caught in a jam. We lost 2 hours of time. We're seeing some friends. We'll be here for 2 days. Then I got to drive to see a vendor for 2 days, and then I'm home. In total, I'll see people for like 3 days, and I'll be driving for 9. It's not what it's cracked up to be. I'm going to start planning to go do things for Lori and I. If you need to see me, I'll give you my address. You can come see me. I'm done with the traveling for business. And last year I was out on the road for 2 months. Man, by the end, I would have killed for 2 rooms, 2 nights in the same bed.
You need some lessons. I drove from your old
I
house
was
to my
just gonna
house.
say that. You need to drive like Scott and I do, you know.
I drove from your house to my house in one day. For those of you who don't know, that was 25 hours straight.
Yeah, my last trip was Colorado to home overnight.
That was pretty much the Arizona, Nevada, California border to Huntsville, Alabama in one day, or a day and an hour. I don't recommend that, by the way, unless you're younger than I am. That hurt for a couple days.
I remember I was worried about you when you got home because you were a little delirious.
That one left a mark.
And now listen, I've done things like that. I went from Maine to Key West, Florida on a Harley street glide for a piece of pie. The only time I got off the bike was for fuel.
Yeah.
So I've done those crazy things. Nah, not now. I got no reason to.
I did New York to LA in 55 hours alone.
That's the those days are gone. I have nothing to prove to anybody.
And time zones too, was it?
3.
I stopped in the Central. It was just 2.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Richard, my wife said I can't buy one.
Can't buy one? Why not?
I don't know. I've been looking.
That's my goal.
That must have been some good pie.
An airplane.
but it's
My wife has a dog that can't fly. That's why we don't. In case anybody's really wondering, my wife has a dog that's not allowed on aircraft, and
Well, at least not American Airlines
American. I think she can fly Southwest or something, but it's a.
or Allegiant. I think.
We have issues because of where we are. We gotta.
Use American Airlines.
but it's never you're the younger you are and the quicker you learn a lot of these lessons, and a lot more of your life will be much. I'm not telling you it's going to be all roses and sparkling champagne, but it's the important parts will be more readily noticeable, and the pleasure and satisfaction in life gets much better. I don't get that there's so many people that are so angry.
You were talking about the people with money earlier and how they don't seem as happy. You get to a point where you feel a responsibility to manage the money more than you enjoy it.
Yeah.
You get to a point where it's all about money. Everything you do is money. Hi, Sue. Long time no see.
And
half my size.
people have asked me about, oh, you're turning 54. I'm like, yeah, I'm old, but it's a much better alternative than the other choice. You either turn 54 or you don't. Not turning 54, I don't think is as good a thing right now.
How about turning 60?
My wife's turning 60 this year. My big goal in life this year is to trade my wife in for 2 30-year-olds.
Better look over your shoulder, Johnny. You have to talk to her in a minute.
No, because she's already she said she's already made me well aware that if I could do it, I should, but she has no concern because she said ain't none of them going to take you anyway, so I'm not worried about it. You're stuck with me.
But I mean, in the last few years, I lost friends I shouldn't have lost. And you don't, folks, the hardest year, one of the hardest years of my life was 43. And people are like, why would 43 had such an odd year for that to be difficult? Because I lost my father when he was 43 years old. It is psychologically messing with your mind that you pass the age where he passed away at 43, folks. And so that whole year was really really bothersome. And I asked my brother about it a few years ago. He's like, are you freaking kidding me? He's like, I couldn't wait to turn 44. It was, I mean, it's just something that, so, you know, be thankful for the experience you get. Be thankful for the time. It's and don't take it for granted. So many people.
I was thinking about Dusty today.
Yeah, that cat was 5 years younger than me.
So he's my age.
I think he'd have turned 49 or 50 this year.
Yeah, I'll be 49.
I think Dusty would have been 50 this year.
And Tristan would have been 47, 48, 48-ish. A couple years younger. So Kelly said the same thing. When Dad passed at 38, she felt the same way. Yeah, Kelly, that's unless you've lost a parent that early. Very fortunate to, even though my mother told me she was dying this year or maybe next year, I was very fortunate to be able to talk to her. What's mother? 70. This is an odd year. She turned 77 this year. So our mom about the same age as your mom, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't celebrate birthdays. I mean, this is how this is what you know, like, are you doing anything special for your birthday? I watched some YouTube. I got up, I got ready for the auction, I made this show. Joni heated up some leftovers, and here I am. That's 54 for you.
My wife celebrates her birthday all month long.
That's not my fault to last day.
Now she's carrying it into December because she's 60. And I guess because she's so damn slow, she's going to carry it all the way in.
So Dustin would have been 51. All right.
Yeah.
51. Wow.
Then it must have been Tristan would have been 49 this year because I think I was 5 years older. I think.
No, I'm not 50. I'm under 50.
But you've got to take the time to think about this stuff. You know, isn't always easy to do a lot of self-assessment and really self-awareness, but it is so it's worth it. It is so worthy to take an assessment of where you are, where do you want to go, and make goals and plans how to get there. You know, don't turn another 10 years because who said it? Was it Brian looking at birthdays and figuring, folks, I don't know how the hell I got to 54 so fast.
Oh,
the 80s feel like they were yesterday.
Right?
I watch these TikToks and, you know, life in the 80s, and I think that was yesterday. It's what it feels. You know, riding bikes to the street lights and jumping ramps and all that craziness from the 80s feels like it was yesterday.
remember jumping your bike off that ramp that you used to frickin' make with cinder blocks and a board you stole out of the neighbor's yard and you jump over the neighborhood kids?
No, I remember we built ramps out of the wood. My grandma helped us steal from a construction site. In the back of her, we shoved wood in the I don't remember what it was, some kind of big boat, Monte Carlo or something, you know what I mean? But she figured, hey, anything to keep us from, you know.
We had a watermelon growing up. We had a watermelon farm down the street from us. and we would steal watermelons out of there and sit on the corner under the street light and eat them. And the old farmer would drive by and beep at us.
Oh, you're lucky. Here, we would mess with the oranges, and that fucker would shoot at us with rock salt, man.
Well, they can't shoot at you anymore. It's California. They're not allowed to have guns. You're barely allowed to have water out there.
They did back then.
It looked pretty good for 45
Probably weren't
minutes,
allowed
so-
to back then, but still fucking did it.
Scott Haley. I looked
I think
pretty good
Jacob's
for 45.
I think Jacob's a little younger than 45.
Listen, the first thing you got to do is give up what everybody else thinks about you.
Yeah.
That is so important, folks. I can't.
Whether it's your family,
That's
your
right.
friends, your so-called friends. Are you listening, baby? It doesn't matter. You got to let them all go.
Mhm.
If they don't want to be in your life, see you later. Bye. Don't let the door hit you in the ass when you leave.
Yep.
Because once you get to that point in your life,
Freedom.
that's when your life will really begin.
Amen.
Oh, it doesn't matter how much money you got in the bank. What's important as you get older is who is around you in your life. That's what matters. Your grandkids. That's where reality starts to set in. When you let go of everybody and don't really give a shit what anybody thinks or says. I come on this show and I know there's a whole bunch of people that would rather me not come on, but I get also hear from a few of you that say, "Man, I like because you're at that next level advice." It's a matter of you have to do what's best for you. I like hanging out with Scott. So I come on here because I don't get to see Scott as much as I used to. Scott and I did a morning show years ago. That's how we met. We did it every day. We hung out for hours every day.
Yeah, well, I was working.
While my wife had a job. God, how do we get back to those days when my wife had a job? I had hair.
Because when you take account and value of what's in your life, and you reach the point where you're taking account of friends and that kind of thing before you think of anything else, you have successfully changed. Because the better the people you surround yourself with, the more enriched your life is. It's 100% true, folks. That's why I've been saying for the last few years, 4 or 5 or 6 people around you in your business that you trust, that that are you'll know. It might take a little bit of time, but if someone doesn't fit, they'll show themselves. And then I'll force you to make a decision. But for the most part, you learn to read people. You never truly, I had a boss. His name was Oscar Arnold. I don't know if Oscar's still around. I hope he is. He's an outstanding human being. So he was a regional manager when I was a district manager of Taco Bell. And so the guy that I recommended for promotion I was running a training store, so he was just going to be a GM coming from my first assistant. Walked away with 5 deposits after having the store for 4 months. He walked away from a weekend with 5 deposits.
Wow.
I would already moved. I was, and he didn't report to me or anything, but I felt some guilt. And some of the wisest were I was riding around with Oscar, and we're talking about it, and he's like, never forget, dude's he's an older black gentleman. He's got a toothpick in his mouth, and I asked him something. He goes, "No, man, let me just tell you like it is." He's like, "The lesson you've got to learn here is, well, first of all, you're not responsible. You couldn't see this coming. The second of all, is you only know what people allow you to know. You never truly know. He said, so if somebody has that in their heart, they can hide it from you. But you have to figure out a way to live your life and extend enough trust in people. At the end of the day, you're better off even if you get burned a few times. Man had seen it all. He's run restaurants for years and years. This wise man, one of my favorite bosses ever. But I still remember this. That was 2005. I still remember it like it was like we were still riding around in his Explorer yesterday.
Yeah, and that was a half a lifetime ago.
Oh yeah. But when you get advice like that, it is so profound. It affects the really, because so what do you do if you don't live like that? Now you don't trust anyone. You second guess what you see and do. You can't live like that.
You mean stressed out?
My parents though said,
Jacob seems shady.
yeah, peddling prophecy. That's true.
Jacob seems shady.
Jacob is shady, yeah.
My parents told us at a young age, you're lucky to count 5 dependable good friends on one hand.
Sounds like a country song. What was the it was a
Oh, wait. I got Chat GPT open. Maybe you can write us a country song.
There you go.
it was a country song.
Do it in the style.
Yeah, you're lucky if stuff goes down and you've got a friend that'll go, well, I've got a shovel. I hope you bury the body. You've got that kind of friend.
Bless you.
I think it was something about might have who wrote that song? It might have been Buddy Brown.
I remember
talking about you break down in the middle of the night. Who you going? Whatever that country song was, that friend that no matter what, get dressed and come help you. If you've got that kind of people, if you're lucky to have one in your life.
James Taylor, you got a friend.
That's not the song I was thinking about, but
Okay.
Yes, but Carole King actually wrote it.
No.
Two versions.
Wait. I'll just.
Hey, Lori, we're gonna give you your own screen so you can just talk.
Yeah. All right, it's come to that moment. It's that time. If you know, you know.
Yeah, it'll come to me after the show. It's all right. Yeah, I was only planning on this one going for about an hour because I procrastinated too much. I need to get ready for the auction.
Again?
I've got the van full. I need to make some cards. Maybe I don't. Who knows? My writing is so terrible. If I do it when I get there.
There's a song now called "Never Hit Your Grandmother with a Shovel."
My eBay arbitrage.
You mean you can buy it on eBay and sell it other places?
No. It's just buying it on eBay, putting it on a shelf. That's all that matters.
Oh,
Okay.
Just as long as I put it on the shelf.
So has anybody in the chat got any questions or comments? See, that's what he needs. Pat needs. He needs a tree in the RV. I should have worn my other shirt that said, "It's an RV, Clark." I'm gonna wear that one Wednesday.
Here,
there you go. That's a good one.
here, right there, Pat. I like that, didn't you, Dave? Damn near choked on that bong, didn't you?
Ooh, that one got me good. I might have left a mark. Definitely expanded my mind.
And that's what I, Dave called me and said, "Are you doing a show?" I'm like, "Probably. I don't even know. Really haven't.
You were sleeping.
I haven't done as much this week. I slipped back in some bad habits. Listen to more music this week and different podcasts. I've got to get back into. And if you procrastinate like I do, do the stuff that you enjoy last. Not to say I don't enjoy listening to some of the podcasts. I just end up listening to Matt Walsh a lot. I'd really like Matt Walsh. Where's Steve Alcorn? Steve is scared of Sunday nights.
I know. Why? Where is he? He's out. He's lurking right now. I know it.
Steve is scared of Sunday nights, and he's scared of Rumble.
Yeah. Calling him out.
He gets the same link. We don't want to hear it. Yeah, that was Pat D. Pat D's made that.
What? Step Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Pat has too much time on his hands.
Yeah.
And I disagree, Scott. Do the stuff you enjoy first because you may be dead tomorrow.
No, I'm talking about in a daily, like if I'm gonna listen to a podcast I like versus I'm talking about small things like the podcast of the day. If I'm working it's on my list to listen to a motivational podcast versus listening to my music selection. I need to pick the podcast first and then listen to music. You know what I mean? I'm not talking. No, I'm 100% agree with you on that, but I'm just talking about small things like when I'm prioritizing during the day.
So I got some extra free packaging here in my priority box.
Oh,
I know a couple of people that got stuff like that.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, yeah.
And another one. Okay.
Oh, I know it. I know it's in that box.
Where? Scott got a box full of those.
Yeah. I have a whole box of them up there, but I guess I'll just put these with it and use them next time I need some.
Richard, we see that a completely different way. There's another saying about something being unpolished. If I don't watch out, Scrappy will leave one in here somewhere. I mean, not Scrappy, but Franklin will leave one in here somewhere.
What the hell did you used to say about me?
I don't know.
Something about a fox.
Crazy like a fox.
No.
That's what I was thinking, Brian. Right there.
I'm working on taxes. No.
Nah, Sue is.
Yeah. I need to call me.
After I seen what my taxes looked like last year, I will never do my taxes again as long as I'm alive.
How much of it did you do last year, John?
What's that?
Did you do a lot of it yourself last year?
A lot of what?
Your taxes.
Bullshit. No, they came to me in a bound book, dude. That was 1.5 inches thick.
Oh, okay.
It was homework.
That was you were just saying, okay, for sure I will never do them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I got that book, it had these nice covers on it, and they actually punched holes in it, and it had a spiral bind on it. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm never doing this. I'll never even attempt it.
Right.
And then I added another state this year, Nevada.
Oh, because your state that you live in.
I don't have one state that I file. I think it's like 6 states now that I file in. The Socialist Republic of Communist California is one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, dude. So Jared sent me a message Friday, said happy early birthday. I'm like, are you calling me old? What? He's like, Nope. Just thinking about it.
We don't have to file California until October. Same with Alabama, right? Well, parts of
No,
it.
only parts of Alabama.
What are you talking about?
6-month extension on Alabama, Georgia, and California.
Yeah.
For disaster.
It's only the parts that are declared natural disasters. It's South Alabama and South Georgia.
All of California.
Most of California. What are you doing, thieves? Come here.
It's just crazy.
Come here, big girl.
Is there anything good in California?
Hey, you want to show everybody your hair, Phoebes?
Sunshine.
You want to show everybody your pretty
I
hair?
get that in freaking Arizona.
Yeah, but
And it's free. I don't have to pay for it. There's no tax on sunshine in Arizona.
just a 40-degree temperature difference.
Phoebe, show me a little
70
stunt mark.
degrees or 110.
You show me your stunt mark?
Further in the desert, closer to the water.
You keep coming out here telling me it's time to go to bed?
I think I'm closer to the water than you are.
You can go to bed without me.
To the ocean?
You didn't say the ocean. You said water.
Ocean. Well, the one that matters. You know, where it's
The one that matters.
where it's way cooler down there. See, my friends make fun of me because I moved over the hill into the Inland Empire. Because I grew up in Orange County where 10, 15 degrees cooler. Going out in the desert, it just gets hotter and hotter and hotter. And then melting temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born in Huntington Beach and grew up here, Southern California, Orange County.
My condolences.
I don't know. So I don't know any better. I don't know what to tell you.
Do you drive a Prius
Hell no.
and got a
Never.
rainbow on your back window or something?
Hell no. I don't.
All right, everyone. We appreciate everyone joining us. Hopefully you get you thinking. That was the big goal for tonight. Just that's what Sunday is to me is about. It's just the more I think about stuff, I can't be the only one. So heck, the more I talk about it with you guys, the more it reinforces what I've learned. So and Phoebe come and tell me it's time to go to bed.
Uh-oh.
And remember, as Dusty would say, update your promoted listings on eBay.
I said the magic word.
And your new
Magic
coupon.
word crazy.
Yo, man. Pack these just for you. Hello and good night, because I know you miss your buddy.
Roll Tide. Oh yeah, I don't have to go walk the dog. They have a fence.